Hey guys, so I'm 10 days into my social media cleanse challenge of a total of 30 days, and I am proud to say that it has gone horribly sideways. And you would say, why am I proud to say that? Well, that's because now I know what to do and what not to do. So, for those of you who don't know, my name is Brendan. This is The Lost Tribe, a channel that exists to help men, women of any race, shape, age, size, whatever, fix themselves, progress through life, and know their own personal truth and the truth about the world. So, if you didn't see the first video, please go right here and watch it. And pretty much says that I went on a 30-day social media cleanse, how social media is rotting your brain. And there are a couple good and bad things that I did realize even in just these first 10 days. So, to start off with the middle ground and just what happened first off, and if you're doing this with me, you'll definitely understand. In social situations or just randomly, I found myself reaching for my phone and going to scroll through it and realizing that there was no apps there. And mind you, I did not delete TikTok. I deleted Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff, but I would scroll through, and I never scrolled through TikTok before this, but this is the bad part. I developed a TikTok scrolling habit, and I would catch myself sometimes doing the scroll, and I was like, oh geez, I have to stop, and I would stop, but I found myself more and more doing it. So I'm gonna have to revise that part. I'm gonna have to take TikTok off entirely regardless, because you know what, my TikTok following isn't that strong anyways, so forget it. Or I'm gonna have to find a way to do it on my laptop. Two, I did also find myself still falling down YouTube holes. You could say it was because of the weather not fully cooperating. Even today, I'm filming inside because it's stupid windy out. So could have been because of the weather, but I found myself glued to my screen still on some days. Other days, and this is the good, I did find myself going outside more often and doing other things more often and being more productive. However, it would only go for small stretches of days, and then I would have a complete binge on YouTube for a couple hours in one day, and just it went it went bad. The good news is I ended up regaining some of my focus, and I used that focus to direct myself towards doing other projects and doing more productive things like cleaning my room or cooking better meals or hanging out with friends or going on hikes, doing all those. And I did that more because I had to find a way to occupy my mind aside from mindlessly scrolling. But like I said, the bad part of it was that if I gave myself that leeway to scroll again, then I fell right back into a serious hole. And it's not the first time I've dealt with either scrolling or any other kind of addiction. I do realize that, and this is a piece of advice for anyone watching this, in the beginning you have to be very hard on yourself. You have to be very hard and strict, I should say strict. You have to be very strict on yourself because your brain still needs time to rewire itself. And that's why 30 days is a pretty solid key to get to. If you could do 30 days without social media and you could slowly introduce yourself into it and then sort of keep in mind what you're actually doing and be conscious of it, because if you feel yourself falling back into that hole, you could pull yourself out again. But after a couple days, no, you can't do it. You have to give yourself a decent amount of time. It's the same thing with like drinking or any other addiction. If you break it for a long time and then you allow yourself to get into it, it can prove to be beneficial and you could more moderate it better. But I mean, granted, that it depends on how everyone is and how other people are. Like with alcohol, for example, you know, people that starve themselves for alcohol and they're sober and everything, but the second, after years, a drop touches their tongue, they go wild. It doesn't happen for everyone. It happens for some people. There's no judgment here on that case. However, I know how it is, so this isn't going to work for everyone, unfortunately, but this is what I'm experiencing myself, and I have experienced myself with other things, is that I needed to take a longer break and I need to be more strict with it. So, in 10 more days, I'm going to give you another update, and my plan right now is to essentially cut out all non essential YouTube videos and even essential ones and limit it to a certain time of day, because realistically I still need to cut out Instagram, Facebook entirely, TikTok entirely, all that scrolling, and I need to give myself a certain time period in the day, maybe an hour or so, just a day of doing it, because realistically I need to be on YouTube not only to post content but to also follow certain things that I need to follow, like cryptocurrency, for example, and um, just do research. So it is a double edged sword, because I know that could easily devolve into just scroll hole, as lack of a better word to call it, because it's not necessarily a scroll hole for YouTube, but it's a scroll hole. I'm just going to call it the scroll hole. You just fall into the scroll hole. But yeah, it could easily devolve into that, so I have to be very conscious of it. And if you've watched my first video ever, um, probably link it up here. I tell you guys, I'm going to be 110% honest with you with everything I do. And this, while it was a failure, it was a forward move or a lateral move, because now I know what I have to improve. Most likely a lateral move, because I moved sideways, because it's like, all right, I was going forward, I hit this wall, now I move sideways, go around the wall, and now I could go forward again. And there might be a bunch of walls. It might be like a maze. You just keep on hitting walls and hitting turns, but eventually you're going to hit the other side. So that's it. Without making this video too long, this is just an update on my 30-day social media cleanse. Once again, my name is Brendan. This is The Lost Tribe. If you did enjoy this content, you want to keep up with it, please hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, push bell notification, leave a comment. I would like to hear, if you guys are doing this journey along with me, how you're going along with it, because we can keep each other motivated with our pitfalls and our successes, and just know that we're not alone, because we're a tribe. But anyways, have a good Friday, fam. I'll see you guys on Monday.